Morning. I just woke up. I'm feeling a little like energetic at the same time bored. So I'm probably gonna start studying at some point. This is the book I'm studying. It's like ridiculously thick. This right here is like a few months of work. It's kind of hard to show you guys. It's just learning to read Japanese. I love reading, especially in English. Obviously, I read as much as I can. In the last 2 weeks, I read at least 4 or 5 books. So I know I said I wouldn't make any videos, but I might do this here and there, like this. And I think it's very funny that like as soon as I say I quit forever, everyone like you see like this huge drop off. That makes me laugh. Because I did it, I think, like 2 years ago, and there was a huge drop off. 20 people dropped off 5 seconds later. You know what I mean? For me, like, if like Swoozy or some person I followed, like, they're like, I quit forever, I'd be like, all right. And I'd probably still subscribe. I mean, if I like a person, then I'm not going to unsubscribe because you never know. They might come back. At the same time, some videos I enjoy enough where I want to watch again. Like Keen and Pill, I like their stuff. So even if they quit tomorrow, I wouldn't like unsubscribe. But yeah, so I'm gonna state the obvious. Living in Japan, like long term, which is obvious. You need Japanese. That's all there is to it. Not just the survival Japanese like konnichiwa. You know, toilet doku desu ka? Or just like that. Where's the bathroom? Uh, or whatever. Or soda almasu ka? Do you have pop? You need a little more than that. I swear, the more I learn, the more I feel like I don't know. I've been studying for quite a while, and I can catch quite a bit, and I can have a long conversation now, compared to like even a year ago, and I still feel like I don't know. At this point, I'm like, okay, I think I need to find a Japanese partner, and really, really try to push my Japanese. That's kind of where I'm at. I started with obviously hiragana, katakana, and I'm working through kanji right now. My thing was always focusing on vocab because most Japanese people coming to America, they always tell me their struggle, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I know a lot of the basics, but my vocabulary is very weak." So I was like, "All right, let me focus on the vocabulary first, so later on when I get to the basics, I won't have a weak foundation." So my vocabulary is like pretty it's pretty big, but putting together sentences and stuff like that better. I can watch like a whole Japanese movie and pretty much catch almost most of it. Like I went to this movie like this is like last year, and I caught all of it, the whole thing. It was completely Japanese. I just last month. It's a new Loop in the third movie. It's in 3D. I could understand all of it. So again, like I just want to practice the talking and stuff like that. And I encourage you guys to really, really work on your vocabulary. It's really important. It's really daiji. So if you don't work on your vocab, you're gonna find yourself. And it's funny because like just like English, there's like they might be have like 10 words for the same thing. So you just have to work through that, and you have to understand you can either figure out the word later, or you can skip it for the moment or forever, or you can just memorize the 10 words. I just memorize the 10 words and move on. So on any given day, I memorize 50 to 100 words. I'm not saying I'm moving fast as I want to, or it's easy. It's not easy. So it's never easy. Anything worth it in life is not easy. Yeah. At the same time, again, I always like to repeat pretty much if you're gonna like study Japanese, come to Japan, know why you're doing it. Japan's not magical. It's not that much different than America. I feel like it's like America back in 1960 in some ways. In some ways, some things are very futuristic, which really throws me off. Because when I'm working in like say like a public school and like everything is so not to my imagination. I imagine Japan to be technologically advanced. Like I expect computers for everything, but that's not how it is. It's cell phones for everything here. So when I work in these schools, they have these old clunky computers that barely work, and I had to like get help just to print off one document, and maybe I have 10 seconds to print off 30 papers, 40 papers, just to prepare for my class. You know, it's amazing like how much technology they don't have in these schools. So I'm not trying to like bash the school. It's just what they have to deal with in the schools. But anyways, yes, it's obvious you have to learn Japanese. And then of course people be like, "What are the best books?" And my answer to that is any book you can get. I would start with Genki 1 and 2. Then it's Minami Nihongo. That used to be like the best. I actually think it's still the best. I would get that one first. Then from there move to Genki. And your number one book would be your dictionary, your Jisho, because you're gonna need that dictionary because it holds all the words you need. Then from there get like something like this, complete guide to kanji, or if you don't learn that way, they have a flashcard systems. It's a little bit more expensive. I don't do it that way. Or if you're really motivated, sit down and make your own flashcards. Even that action will allow you to memorize kanji a lot better. So yeah. But again, know why you're coming here. And keep in mind that you might spend like a year or two learning Japanese. But in that year or two, there might be some kind of new technology that just automatically translates for you. I mean, look at Google. Like, Google Translate sucked pretty bad even like a few years ago, but it's getting better. It's getting to a point where I actually, truthfully, I don't need to learn Japanese. I can probably rely almost completely on it. And that technology is going to come more and more. So, yeah. So it's up to you, whatever you want. But it's clearly obvious you need Japanese to live here long term. It's not easy to live here long term. If you're a Japanese person, it's easy, obviously, if you speak the language. But it's a big struggle trying to survive and get jobs because like everything here is very meticulously timed. There's a timing to things here, so most people know the timing. So like, make as many friends as you can, or if you have a host family or whatever, you can talk to your teacher about the timing of things. But getting a job here, the timing is important. Getting a part-time job, you can always get a part-time job anytime. The sucky thing about part-time jobs is it's simply if you work like a 6 hour shift, you don't get a break. 5 hour shift, no break. Anything under like 6 hours, you just don't get a break, and that kind of sucks. So that's why full time is better. As an English teacher, you get an hour break, and you get insurance and a bunch of other benefits depending on the job. Anyways, peace out. Just want to say what up to America, and I'm probably gonna study, I guess, because I have nothing else to do at this moment, or try to go back to bed. So I'm like half awake. Anyways, I rambled on long enough. uh, One day I should try to make a video in Japanese, like konnichiwa, konnichiwa, or guys, some of the more managed guys like boku wa, boku wa. So, but watashi wa Thomas desu. Yoshioka onegaishimasu. Like, nice to meet you. Please treat me well. Jiko Shikai. Anyways, peace out till later. That's enough of my rambling. I am tired. Clearly.